go. Put the little clip in, little lock. You're good. Okay, I'm gonna do this 4 more times and get this job done. And these gaskets, they are pliable, soft, which is what you want to check for. You want to make sure, you know, I'm taking my fingernail and just mashing it, which is very rubbery and soft. So that's what you want to do. If they're hard and just really, really hard and stiff, they're not going to seal. You're going to have a vacuum leak. So don't want that. Probably the torque on this is probably something like just ridiculously low, like 10, 12 foot-pounds, maybe less. So, I mean, they're just 8mm bolts that holds that intake on. So, anyway, okay. Be right back, show you some more. Okay, y'all, we're back. As you can see, I'm down to one last spark plug. There's a little bit of information I need to pass on to you all, because there's some information I did not tell you about earlier. Okay. Now, some information that's really super important too when you're doing this job. Did I get the old plug? Oh, I already got the old plug out. Yeah, duh. Okay. First of all, like I said earlier, you want to take the time to examine the old plug. Okay? I'll tell you what, let's take these in here into the garage where the lighting is really excellent. Well, excellent in comparison to the carport. And I'm going to show you a couple of things about spark plugs. I'm going to take the last new one I got to put in, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so okay, well, let's go up here to the workbench. I feel better about that than back here on my truck bed cover. Okay, so here we go. Light is really, really excellent right here. You can see, come on, focus. You can see how that ground strap is unevenly worn. Okay. See how it's just unevenly worn right there? That ground strap has the hook. That's the hook part right there. It's unevenly worn right there, and it's really, that's what's causing the problems this car is having. Now, something else that's really important is look at this washer right there. That is a crush washer. Okay? Get the new one out. Mopar, they love to use this crush washer. You see how much different this one looks? It's kind of got this rounded look right there. Okay, and you look at this one that's used up, just came out of the engine. That one does not have that. It is crushed. Now, when you're tightening this down, what's important is when you're tightening this down, you need to make sure you get that crush. Okay, because that's what seals this to the cylinder head. Another thing, the anti-seize I use on there, some people say, I won't use anti-seize, get it all over yourself and all of that. Well, hey, guess what? I would much rather be bathed in anti-seize rather than screw up the threads in a cylinder head. That engine at 3.6 that is an engine that has aluminum cylinder heads. Okay, so anti-seize, very, very, very important. Use it. Okay? And if you're one of those people that hates having it all over you, wear gloves, do something, but learn to love anti-seize. It is like one of the best friends you're going to have when it comes to working on cars. Old cars, new cars, it don't matter. Learn to love it. Okay? So, all right. I'll show you what I'm talking about with that crush and how another little important tip about doing this. Apply a little anti-seize here. See? Just in the threads. We don't want it all over the spark plug. We definitely don't want it on the tip. Now, right before, oh, I almost forgot. Got to check the gap. Check the gap on all of them. You know, the plugs might be gapped already for your car. But then again, they may not be. And if they're not, you know, and you put them in, you could be very disappointed. So it's really important. Check that gap and make sure it's right. On all of them. Okay, another thing, when you're threading these in there, make sure they just thread right in. When you're threading them in there, you want to make sure they just go right in and there's no real issues. There's no real problems or hardships. There's no hard spots. Okay? You want to make sure they go all the way down. Okay? There's no hard spot when you're running that down in there. Okay? So, that's important. Now, tighten them down. Now, let's just see the full picture here. I'm tightening this down. Now, I've got kind of this long-handled ratchet. You don't have to have a big, nice, long-handled ratchet like it. You can use a shorter one. This is one I've got. I've got shorter ones too. Either way, you want to just feel for that crush, okay? There we go. See, I'm feeling that crush, the crush, it's happening, and it's done. Okay. Now, some people may say, well, doesn't the anti-seize, doesn't that throw off the torque? No. You have to remember, the old plugs, the threads were filled with, they had oil in them, they had combustion gases, other things like that. That, you know, carbon that was coating the threads. That can sometimes throw off the torque as well. So, by having anti-seize in there, you're restoring that that seal. You're restoring that capability of having the threads be able to seal that spark plug up, but also to seal the to lubricate the threads so that the spark plug just goes in there and threads in there like it's supposed to. So anti-seize is something I've been using for long time. I mean, I started using it, I found out about it when I was just getting started as a mechanic in '92, and I've been using it ever since, and I've not had any regrets because of it. Okay? Yeah, you might get it all over you, but like I said before, I'd rather be bathed in this stuff than have to deal with stripped out threads, you know, in a cylinder head. And for you guys that are four-wheelers, four-wheel drive people, love to go off-roading, four-wheeling, man, I tell you what, you better be embracing anti-seize like there's no end in sight, because I'm gonna tell you what, man, that stuff will save you a ton of work, a whole bunch of headaches. Now I'm just gonna run these bolts down. Now, listen to the way I do this with my low impact. There we go. That's the way it's done. That's the way I do it. So, okay, just go through here, check them all. Check all the wires. Okay, we got that done. Now we've got to just go throw the intake back on, which is just a reverse of how to get it off. So I'm going to end this video because it's already over 40 minutes long. So it's long enough. So I hope you picked something up out of this and got some information. If you have any questions about this or any other videos, you know what to do. You're really smart. Put them down below, and I will answer your questions as soon as humanly possible. I do appreciate everybody's likes and shares and subscribes and everything. We are up over 1,840 subscriptions. Wow. It's just like amazing to me. I never imagined anything like that. So, okay. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a great one. I've got to finish putting that thing back together, and I will see you later. Y'all have a great one. God bless.